No. No, no. All right, now we're gonna try to make snickerdoodles. Okay, so when I get ideas for what I'm gonna make on my videos or in my blog, I throw ideas up on Facebook. And I did that this morning about Christmas cookies, and it was by far Snickerdoodles by a landslide.
Snickerdoodle.
All right, shh, gotta be quiet, okay? So we're gonna start a Snickerdoodle just like we do any other classic cookie. We're gonna use the creaming method, okay? So what that means is you beat together butter and sugar until it's light and fluffy.
You got sugar in there already.
That's right. I have a cup and a half of sugar in there already. I have two little ones that are so dying to help me, it's unbelievable. Okay, so this is what we want to do, baby. I'll tell you what, I'll let you do something else. Let me get the butter in there.
The butter's nasty.
A cup of butter. Butter is not nasty.
No, I mean it gets sticky and it gets...
Okay, wait. I think you mean it gets oily.
Yes.
It gets buttery. All right, use real butter, by the way. And I'm a Southern girl, so I use salted butter all the time.
Salted.
I know a lot of recipes call for unsalted butter, and that's fine
And this is...
because all sweet things have to have just a pinch of salt. It's necessary to kind of balance out flavors, and it won't make your cookies taste salty, but it will make them taste. All the ingredients will taste more like themselves, if that makes sense. All right, so I did use salted butter, and I will add just another pinch of kosher salt here in just a second. All right, Bladen, here's what I want you to do, buddy. This is our sifter, and a 1 cup measure, 2 cups of flour. What can you do? That's the question, isn't it? What can Joey do? Okay, can you show me a pinch of salt? Let me see how little. Perfect. Don't get your fingers next to that beater. It'll bonk your fingers. All right, so look what happens after a minute when beat the butter and sugar together. Perfect. Did you sift it together? Nope. I don't need more. Nope, we're good. No more salt. How about we remove the salt from the vicinity, otherwise it will go in there anyway. So we've got, wait a minute, shh, be quiet. So we have 2 cups of flour, and normally you would use a sifter and kind of sift it all together, but you can also do this. These are our leavening agents. So we've got 2 teaspoons of cream and tartar, and a teaspoon of baking soda. You can do that. Okay, wait a minute. You can. No, baby. We take a whisk. Just be patient. And we do this. All right? Can you stir little? You can stir little. Did you see how I'm stirring little? Good. You know, a lot of children want to just... And there's times you don't want to stir big. All right, Missy, here's what we're going to do. Whoop, you're stirring too big. Don't let your ingredients escape. Here you go. I'm going to have you put the eggs in the mixing bowl. Can you do that? Nope, you're stirring flour. You sift it to make sure that there's no lumps and to make sure that all of your dry ingredients are fully incorporated together before you add them to the wet. You can do it now. Do you think you can do that? Awesome. So what that does, if this is already mixed together, when it goes into this, you won't have a pocket of baking soda or cream of tartar sitting around somewhere where it's going to be yucky.
It's okay if we get our hands dirty.
It's going to happen. It's inevitable, whether it's okay or not.
It's okay. Here.
Jerry says it's okay to get your hands dirty. So, that's all right. Now, something you don't ever want to skip. You have to scrape down the sides of your mixing bowl.
Make it even.
Well, if you don't, you are going to have pockets of unmixed batter or unmixed dough somewhere. We're not going to do that yet, sweetheart. Okay. So, scrape it down. Get much better results. All right. Cooking with toddlers. Wow. Okay. That's not going to taste like anything yet, is it? She wishes she didn't stick her finger in it. All right, boys and girls. Thank you. You did a great job. I appreciate that. Okay, so our... Huh? You know what? You all distracted me. This is actually supposed to have 2 3/4 cups of sugar, and I almost forgot that. Wait a minute, just a minute. So let's get another 3/4 of a cup.
Mom,
Of sugar?
what's a snickerdoodle?
Flour.
Can I put it in?
Huh?
What's a snickerdoodle?
A snickerdoodle is a soft sugar cookie that's rolled in cinnamon sugar before you bake it,
Oh, wow.
and they're awesome.
Okay.
They're really good. This is why I don't often shoot videos with this many kids, especially when I'm baking. I forget stuff.
Joey, no, you don't need that.
You have to stir it.
Sometimes I have great days and I'm genius, and sometimes I
Mom, I have to stir
not so
it now.
much. Oh, are we stirring again?
No.
Wow, we sure are. Thank you.
We
Okay.
didn't make it more.
No, you look great. You don't have anything on you. Okay, all right. All done. So 2 3/4 cup of flour, all-purpose flour.
Well, that won't be 2 and 3 cups.
2 teaspoons of,
Can I help you?
oh, don't push. 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar,
Here,
teaspoon of baking soda,
it's going to the
and then
side.
we had a pinch of salt in there. But normally you would use like a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is beat this dough together.
Mom, you just got flour everywhere.
I'm joining the party. There's flour everywhere anyway. Okay. Shh.
I already lost it.
All right. And you don't want to turn your beater or mixer on high when you first start out because you will erupt flour all over everywhere too.
It's funny.
Okay, so while that comes together, this is about 1/4 cup each of sugar and cinnamon, and this is what we're gonna roll the cookies in. Okay, now wait a minute, babies. Wait a minute. Thank you for cleaning. Thanks. How we doing over here?
That looks
Okay.
pretty good.
Wait a minute. We're gonna scrape down one more time, which means you gotta move your arm.
Oh, sorry. I'm just like, I'm not gonna.
Are we locked?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
locked.
Okay. That's what we want. You want a nice stiff dough.
Tastes good too.
Wow.
Mom, these are for my class.
These are not for your class, honey. That's 3 weeks before you go back to school. There's no way they would make it.
I'd probably eat
I think the day we shot chocolate chip cookies, they didn't
eat
last
these.
half an hour.
These are for Christmas.
And if you turn around, there's four kids in here waiting on cookies. All right, so that's done.
There's bone in here.
Okay.
10 total in the house.
10 total in the house. Do we have 10 here? 1, 2.
7
Mom,
kids and
can
3
I
foods.
move it?
Is that right?
I can't see them.
Well, I always count. You know, sometimes kids just show up. Don't know where they came
I
from.
have to like clean this one.
I don't know who to send them back to. So I just put them on the chore list and feed them, and we're good to go.
And make them do stuff they didn't want to. I call the spoon in the beater.
There's a couple teenage boys that know that if they're coming over here, by God, their homework
No.
already needs to be done, or they're gonna sit here and get it done. Are you trying to get the beater?
I'm
Okay,
It's
wait.
good, isn't it?
Here. I'll make a deal with you kids. Okay, look. I have one beater and one spatula.
I want the beater.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. But you have to go sit at the table.
Okay.
Okay?
Beater.
Beater, spatula, you chill.
Go sit at the table.
Because here's what we're going to do next. I've got my oven on 350 degrees. And I have talked about these things a lot.
Here,
and
go around that way.
once again, they disappear. Where's my dishers, baby? Do you know where they are? Here's one.
Ice cream scoop?
Well, they are. They're based on ice cream scoops. But I'll tell you, the best thing they are, what I use them for, cookies or meatballs. And you can make the right size little hors d'oeuvres, or you can dealing with any kind of dough whatsoever.
What about the cinnamon sugar?
One thing at a time, bud.
What do we do with it?
Hmm?
That's my
I'll show you. Why don't you grab a fork and mix the cinnamon sugar together? Okay, the reason you want to use a disher is because when you're baking them, you want them all to come out the same doneness at the same time. Okay, so you mixing my cinnamon sugar for me?
Yep.
So, here's the assembly line that we're about to set up.
Mom, don't start yet.
Don't start what? Okay, well, you're good.
No, wait, y'all stay here and eat. Stay here and eat. Let your
Nope,
mom do the
back over
assembly
there.
line.
Back over
Yeah,
there.
you
There we
can't
go.
help on this.
Okay, so we use the disher and we're scooping little balls of dough. And Bladen, I want you to roll those around in the cinnamon sugar.
Okay, this makes sense.
Because if you notice from the dough, if you're familiar with baking, we just have a very basic sugar cookie type thing. Okay, that works. I do know that my cookie sheets hold 12 cookies if you lay them on here. 3.
Really?
Hey,
Yep.
I
Wait a minute.
I plugged in the new router. Oops.
Oh, we have a new router. And there's Ricky.
Oh,
Thanks.
well, fine.
Whatever you call her.
Ricky. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna sit here and roll cookies and dip them in cinnamon sugar, and then I'm gonna bake off the batch. And these take about 10 minutes, give or take the size, how hot or accurate your oven is, and how big your cookies are, right? So you want to give it 10 minutes and check it. As soon as I pull the first batch out, I'll be back and show you what they look like. And I'm gonna duct tape her
Back
mouth.
out. Okay. I want to do it later.
Alright, guys.
Okay, you have to
guys
wash your
can't.
hands.
Joey,
Wash your
you
hands.
guys can't.
Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Oh, you already did. Wash your hands.
I
Okay.
did.
Did you hit Ed?
Huh?
Did you hit the Ed button?
Yeah, don't take me right now.
You guys can't
This is
talk.
when I have to yell at the kids and send them all out of the room crying.
Yeah, you guys can't talk when Mama's filming because that ruins her video, and you guys
Can you
need
hand
it.
me this? I did this.
You absolutely have to have perfect snickerdoodles. Don't have so many assistants. Let her do one.
Don't be mean.
Well, don't.
She's doing important too.
No, she's not.
Let her. Here, honey, look. Drop it in the cinnamon sugar.
So you roll it around.
Wash your hands now, because you've been licking your fingers, bud. Thank you.
3, 6, 9. I'll take that one. Thank you very much. That wasn't me.
All right, you're fired.
What happened? He ate one?
Do what?
Did he eat one?
You ate one. Oh,
Oh,
nice.
I know it's good.
Here, honey.
I'll pop those in the oven and.
Well, there.
Bladen, you're fired.
No, I'm not. She was joking.
Hey, you know my little niece told me, "You're fired. You're hired."
Thanks
I
a
was
lot.
like, I got fired and got hired in about 30
Okay,
seconds.
keep your hands out now. All right, now Mama's going to do the next tray by myself.
Oh.
Nope, I'll do it. Thank you very much. Thanks.
What's in that? Who did that?
That
And like,
is
that's
my
not-
secret.
You enjoy the run off in the plain library until.
I'll tell you when there's cookies ready.
Mom, and let me have one, since I'm the person who
Oh,
will
these are
be
the ones
making
without cookies in.
No, I'm going to do them. I'm just knocking these out a little different way.
Alright. So they don't take as long.
Oh, that's part of the goal.
No, Mom, that's in.
So your little ice cream scoop measures out the amount of dough for each one.
Yep. Perfect. Yeah. Actually, I forgot to set the timer. Well, the important thing, of course, with that is that they're all at the same temperature. I mean, they're all at the same size. So if you have big cookies and little cookies on the same sheet, then some of your cookies are going to be overdone and some are going to be underdone. So if they're all the same size and you consistently make cookies with the same type measure, you know, for example, I know for example the chocolate chip cookie recipe that I developed takes 12 minutes. This size cookie in my oven. So it's one of those things that you kind of sets you up to not even really have to think about it or work very hard, which I'm all about.
Are you filming?
I think we are filming. I told you, turn that thing off.
Oh, did you want me to not film this?
No, I was just
Oh,
not all
wait a
that
minute.
interesting now that I'm just rolling out all these cookies like this. So I mean, this is all we're doing at the moment, so we can do that.
That cookie though.
How long will these take?
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
That's not bad, is it?
Wow. Saute and simmer. Hey, what's for dinner?
What?
I just had to sing that.
No, Joey, you can run off.
Can I help?
I heard you the first time.
Please.
Not with this, sweetheart.
Come
Oh.
on, look.
Well, I'll
Okay.
stand right here instead.
Are you gonna stand there? Are you gonna talk? Some of my children
What the?
are fundamentally unable to not talk.
I do want
That one, prime example.
I do
There is no such
Come
thing.
here.
Whoa!
Whoa!
I will let you do the last one, but you gotta come over here and mind me.
Me?
Okay? No,
Mommy,
not you.
no,
You did
me.
yours already.
No, me. She means me.
Okay, Bladen, you hop down, son.
My turn.
Alright.
My
You can do that one. I could probably, well, I can maybe
Good
get.
job. Yeah, that's good.
See, I can't stand wasting,
No. You do it.
so I'm gonna try to squeak 2 more cookies out of this batch. Let's see if I can.
Mom, one.
I put one like right there.
Mom, oh.
Hold on, I'll do that part later.
Here.
You gotta give them room because they're gonna spread out a bit.
So what are these gonna look like?
Christmas cookies.
They look like Christmas cookies. That's what, of course, they do.
They look like chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Have you ever roasted a chestnut on an open fire? You have the least idea what it looks like.
Nope.
Alrighty then.
Wait, Mom, why do people roast chestnuts in an open fire?
You roast them they're fabulous for one thing.
It'll bust them open.
And yeah, it will pop them open, but the thing is, you roast them on an open fire because it rhymes with the rest of the song.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I thought
Pop that out of here, Joey.
I'm not sure about this tray of cookies, but we'll see what we get.
I'll eat whatever.
Lands of rock.
Okay.
Where can you plug it in?
Oh, those are gonna look good. All right, we got 7 minutes of nothing to talk about. So why don't we
cut the camera off.
cut the camera off for a minute? Oh my lord, they smell good. All right, so let's talk about cookies for a minute. These took 14 minutes in my oven, so now I know next time I make this batch it's 14 minutes, and I'll add that to my notes. You want to take cookies out before they look completely done because carryover cookie concept. I pulled them out of the oven, but the tray is still hot and the interior of the cookie is still hot, so they will continue cooking for another 2 or 3 minutes. The other thing that you want to make sure when you bring them out of the oven, you're going to see that they'll puff a little. As they cool, they'll get sink back down. Now I'm going to show you something. I'm going to sacrifice a cookie so you can see what I'm talking about because it's too early to pull these off. Right? You want to let them rest for a few minutes. If you ever pull them off and they do this, watch, and they're just too soft. See, too soft. They broke. It's because you haven't let it rest enough. That's not a good thing. I usually, almost always end up doing that when I'm making chocolate chip cookies. All right. Now put these on a wire rack. After you, because I have an empty kitchen right this second, so I'm rushing. So I can have a few minutes of peace. And then I'll tell them there's cookies, and then there'll be chaos again. But so you let them rest for 5 minutes on the baking rack. It'll do the whole carryover cooking thing, but then transfer them to a wire rack because a couple things happen if you leave them on the baking sheet. First of all, they will stick. As they cool down, they will become one with your baking sheet, and it's not going to ever get them off without breaking all the pieces. But secondly, you don't want them to sweat underneath. You don't want them to steam underneath and get soggy on the bottom after you know. So this will help you get a crisp cookie on the bottom.